is CBS News Miami.
Good afternoon, and thank you for joining us. I'm Naja Sherman, and welcome to CBS News Miami's 4 p.m. Quickcast. Let's take a look at today's top stories.
Always alerting, always tracking. This is Next Weather.
Right off the top, a live look at radar this afternoon. We are tracking a very active weather pattern and expecting storms fueled by extreme heat. Let's get right to Next Weather meteorologist Cindy Pressler, who's tracking what's ahead.
Temperature-wise, unbelievable. 98 degrees today in Miami. That breaks the record high of 97. It is now down to 93 because look what's going on. We've got just sheets of rain now falling. We've got gusty winds, even the possibility of funnel clouds this afternoon. So these storms are being fueled by this extreme heat. The heat index feels like temperature was up to 109 degrees in Miami, 118 degrees down in Key West. This is incredible. Now these storms are all moving off to the south-southeast at about 10 miles per hour. They're collecting right along the coast where the sea breeze is located. And let's zoom in here because we've got a lot to talk about. We have a couple of flood advisories in effect here, but look at the heavy rain and all the lightning. This is heavy rain from Fort Lauderdale, kind of extending all the way south, but these are two of them. This first one till 4:15. This is the one for Chase Stadium down about the Plantation area, and then the other one, the second one, further off to the east for the Fort Lauderdale area, will run until 4:45. Already we've seen a couple of inches of rain, 1 to 2 inches. More is possible with these downpours, and you can take that line all the way down to Miami now. It is raining downtown. We've got rain falling at Aventura, Miami Beach, North Miami. This is very heavy rain right along I-95, and look, oh my goodness, all the lightning in the last 10 minutes, 246 lightning strikes there. This is very recent, and these storms continue all the way to the south too, right along the coast. So now we've got another flood advisory, this in the Goulds just south of the Kendall area. So these storms, because of their slow movement, are capable of producing some very heavy rainfall, and you bet there are some flooded roads here. There's ponding on the roads, and just in time for the commute and the kids getting out of school, the first day of school down here in Miami-Dade. So be careful. This is going to make its way out of here in the next few hours, so let's track it for you. Very active by about 5 o'clock this afternoon, but notice now it's starting to back off around 6, sliding to the south, and by 7 o'clock we should be done with this. So this is really a late afternoon event. Rain chances are going to be high again tomorrow. We're expecting a 60% chance, but nice change though for the weekend. Drier air will move in, and then next week a little bit normal for the rainy season. But let's time this out as we head down the road a little bit. This is for tomorrow, for Friday afternoon. We'll see some scattered showers and storms, winds this time out of the east. Today we've had kind of a westerly flow, and that's what really brought in the heat and of course all that juice for all these thunderstorms this afternoon, so that's going to change. We're just one more look here at Ernesto. No threat to anybody out here, but it is heading toward Bermuda. Category 1 right now, but it is expected to strengthen to a Category 2. But again, no threat to South Florida, no threat to the United States, so no problem there. Temperatures are going to sit in the 90s for the next few days. Much better this weekend. Low humidity. That's what we are looking forward to.
Cindy, thank you. Hurricane Ernesto is on track to become a powerful Category 3 storm. Ernesto battered Puerto Rico with torrential rains and strong winds. It caused heavy flooding, road closures, and downed trees. CBS News Miami's Manuel Bojorquez is in San Juan with more.
We're about half an hour outside of San Juan, and you can see the damage behind me here. A power pole and power lines that are down not only on this side of the street, but there's another one down on the other side of the street as well. That means power is out, and that's going to be the big thing that people are dealing with, the big impact from Ernesto as they continue now to clean up now that the storm has moved on. Yesterday at the height, when the storm was hitting Puerto Rico, nearly half of the island was without power. The number this morning was 480,000 customers without power, so it's starting to go down. But 480,000 customers without power, without air conditioning, and some on life-saving equipment who are having to use generators, that's still a pretty significant impact. And given the issues with the power grid here, especially after Hurricane Maria in 2017, many of them question, look, is this going to be a matter of hours, or a matter of days. They are hoping and waiting for the power to be restored. As far as the flooding situation, we have noticed that roads have reopened. The water has started to subside, so that seems to be less of an issue today, and trees have been cleaned up in this area. But with Ernesto now gone, the cloud cover now gone, it's going to be a hot, sunny, humid day here, expected to be in the 90s as people are hoping and praying for the power to come back on.
Taylor Swift's blockbuster Eras Tour resumes with 5 sold-out shows. It begins today in England. Last week, her concerts in Vienna were canceled because of an alleged terror plot. Swifties are trading friendship bracelets outside Wembley Stadium and gearing up to sing their hearts out. CBS News Miami's Tina Krause joins us live in London with more on the excitement there. Tina.
Naja, Taylor Swift is thrilling fans in London tonight. She has been on stage at Wembley Stadium for just over an hour. Fans so delighted she decided to perform after being worried she may cancel, since 3 of her European gigs last week were canceled because of that thwarted terror plot. UK security teams telling us tonight that they are determined to keep Swifties safe.
We love Taylor!
Decked out in their Taylor Swift-inspired outfits, Swifties poured into Wembley Stadium for Thursday's concert.
It's my first time seeing it live, so I'm super excited.
You're a Swiftie.
I am, yeah, definitely.
Last week, the superstar's gigs in Vienna were canceled after police there say they foiled an ISIS-inspired plot to attack her tour.
I just want to hear the crowd and the reaction, especially after what happened last week.
Security is extra tight at the concert venue.
Here in the UK, we're well practiced at putting on major events.
Security expert Ben Knott tells CBS News new measures have been put in place following the bombing at the Ariana Grande concert in Manchester, England, that killed 22 people in 2017.
Some of the tactics that we deploy, some of the covert measures you may not see, but everything's designed to keep people safe.
Around 90,000 fans will pack Wembley Stadium for the first show of a 5-day run. Swifties are facing tougher security with extra ticket checks and only 1 small bag allowed, but as many friendship bracelets as they like.
These are friendship bracelets, and I've been asking, can I have some, and I got my first ever one today.
It's the first time I've ever left the United States in my life to come see Taylor. So I'm very giddy right now. I can't believe it's finally happening.
Fans tell us they want to thank Taylor for being fearless and carrying on with the show. The Eras Tour is expected to have grossed $2 billion in ticket sales by the time it wraps up its U.S. legs in Indianapolis later this year. Naja?
Wow, hopefully you get to catch a little bit of this show too, but wishing everyone a very fun and safe time, most importantly. Thank you, Tina. A developing story, a dangerous drive in Davie. The driver of a car loses control and wedges between a home. Chopper 4 over the scene. This is along Southwest 99th Terrace and 15th Court. You can see the silver sedan squeezed between 2 walls in the narrow opening of a home. No word yet on what caused the crash. 5 people, including 2 doctors, an assistant, and a woman identified as a major drug dealer have been arrested. It's for the ketamine overdose of actor Matthew Perry. Perry was found face down in his hot tub last October. Authorities say these suspects conspired to falsely prescribe, sell, and inject Perry with large amounts of ketamine. It was after he relapsed into drug addiction last fall. If convicted, some of the suspects faced up to life in prison. Officials say so far 4 of the 5 defendants have asked to enter into plea agreements. A disturbing crime out of Miami. A driver hits a 65-year-old pedestrian and doesn't stop. CBS News Miami's Peter Dinch reports.
Miami police are asking for the public's help after a woman was struck by a hit-and-run driver. She is recovering here at Jackson Memorial Hospital. Police tell us the woman is either 60 or 61 years old. It happened here at Southwest 7th Street and 22nd Avenue around 10:30 in the morning. Police say this is where they found the woman, who does not remember what happened. A witness told us the woman was suffering from a head injury. Police made this appeal.
Message to the community. please remember, if you see something, it's important for you to say something. You may think that the information you have is very minor, but remember, it's always those minor tips that help investigators close out a case. So once again, any information you have, please call us. Please keep in mind that the second you leave the scene, this is what makes the investigation now turn criminal. Instead, stay on the scene, contact 911, and at least render aid. That will make all the difference in the entire investigation being criminal and also possibly saving the life of that victim that you hit.
Police are scouring the area looking for surveillance tape and any witnesses. Coming up at 5 in just 1 hour, we will hear from the witness in this case. In Miami, Peter Natch, CBS News, Miami.
Cost of car insurance isn't steering in the right direction yet. What you need to know regardless of the kind of car you drive when we come back. Welcome back to CBS News Miami's 4 p.m. Quickcast. Voters decide in the presidential race and the economy takes center stage. Vice President Kamala Harris unveils her full economic agenda tomorrow. But today she joins President Biden to talk about prescription drug costs. Comes a day after former President Trump highlights his economic proposals at a rally in North Carolina. CBS News Miami's Jared Hill has the latest.
This week, the economy is taking center stage in the presidential race. Today, President Joe Biden and Vice President Kamala Harris will focus on prescription drug costs in their first appearance together since Biden ended his re-election bid. Former President Trump, back from a rally in battleground North Carolina, is set to hold a news conference today at his golf club in Bedminster, New Jersey. During his speech Wednesday, Trump's focus split between attacks on Harris and his economic agenda.
There will be no tax on Social Security. We're going to stop it. I'm going to keep the Affordable Care Act. Unless we can do something much better, we'll keep it. It stinks.
That second promise, a reversal from Trump's time as president, when he vowed to repeal and replace the Obama-era health care law. Harris heads to North Carolina tomorrow to lay out her own economic agenda, including a plan to combat price gouging. It comes as a recent CBS News poll shows that more Americans say they'll be financially better off if Trump wins the election. Harris supporters in the Tar Heel state say they hope she'll set herself apart from Trump and Biden.
Kamala Harris is, a fresh face and more of a blank slate, and she has time to put her spin on different policies.
The vice presidential candidates are also on the campaign trail this week. Trump's running mate, Senator J.D. Vance, campaigned in battleground Michigan yesterday, while Harris's running mate, Governor Tim Walz, is fundraising in the Northeast. Jared Hill, CBS News.
The cost of car insurance isn't steering in the right direction yet. Despite decreased costs for new, used, and rental cars, vehicle insurance has yet to follow suit. According to the Consumer Price Index, rates are up nearly 19%. Analysts say car insurance premiums often lag behind other factors. That includes sticker price and car repairs. They say many insurers are considering changes to their pricing, and some have already started to do so. That's your CBS News Miami Quickcast. I'm Nasha Sherman. Stay tuned for more news right here on CBS News Miami, and have a good day.